In a day where the Yankees get mollywopped by St. Louis, the play on the field was not the most criticized thing in Yankees land today, as Jasson Dominguez was not called up for September call-up. What's going on, guys? The King of 161st Street. I'm back in another video, and it's a very bad look. We could all agree on that, especially when you see that Alex Verdugo costed Nestor Cortes 2 runs and possibly more based off that singular play. But first, before we get to that, let's talk about why Jasson Dominguez is not up during September call-up. If you missed it, the Yankees decided to opt against calling up Jasson Dominguez and instead calling up a prospect by the name of Duke Ellis, calling up Ron Marinaccio, along with sending down Ben Rice and Will Warren to bring up Anthony Rizzo and Scott Efron. Duke Ellis, if you don't know who he is, his only real attribute that will translate to the major league level is he is fast as fuck. They brought him up to be a pinch runner, sort of like a Rico Noel type of guy. Yet no Jasson Dominguez spotting yet. Why has this happened? Well, it's pretty simple. Jasson Dominguez has a bit over 30 at-bats in the Major League. Major League Baseball has a rule that you lose rookie status if you get over 135 at-bats in your career. If he were to play every game of September, which would have included yesterday's game against St. Louis, that's 26 games, an average of 4 at-bats. That's 104 at-bats he would get in this month. 104 plus over 30, and you're well over the limit to maintain rookie status. The Yankees want to maintain his rookie status because if he maintains his rookie status, that maintains contract eligibility. But also, over that, he is eligible for Rookie of the Year in 2025, which would then in turn possibly get the Yankees another first-round pick. If Austin Wells or Luis Gil comes back and they win Rookie of the Year, that would be back-to-back Rookie of the Years, which would be back-to-back compensatory first-round picks. The Yankees are trying to set themselves up for a scenario like that. So Jasson Dominguez is not up at the moment. Is it the correct decision? There's 2 parts to this. From a front office perspective, yes, this is 100% the correct decision. You want to maintain years on Dominguez's contract. You want to make sure he's a Yankee for as long as possible. With Verdugo coming off the books, DJ LeMahieu coming off the books, we're going to be shedding some of the players that were getting roster spots above Jasson Dominguez after this offseason. So if he maintains rookie eligibility going into 25, that's a fresh new contract for him to come in and step right into that starting left field spot. And also, those first round picks can turn into amazing prospects. The Yankees have a farm system that is about middle of the pack. We love to overrate our prospects. Guys like Spencer Jones and guys like Will Warren. We love to overrate them because we're the big bad Yankees. But the Yankees really just have a middle of the pack farm system. If you add multiple first round picks over the next couple years, that alone can bolster this farm system into being a top 10 system depending on who the Yankees draft. Now, will they handle these prospects correctly? One never knows, because the Yankees are not the best when it comes to handling prospects. But from a front office perspective, you can look at this and say to yourself, we know the vision. There is a reason for the madness here. But like I said in the beginning, it's a very bad look when you see what's on the field. And when you see what's on the field, you'll see one name in particular, Alex Verdugo. Now, Alex Verdugo has been a very polarizing figure in this season, with a season/slash line of a .234 batting average with a .655 OPS, only 11 home runs, and 55 RBIs. This is definitely not one of Alex Verdugo's better years. He started off really hot, has cooled off dramatically, has started to step it up a little bit. At this point in his last 30 games, he has about a .246 batting average with an over .650 OPS. Not great. And then you look at the fielding. There have been a bunch of miscues that have gone on over the past month or two that have been very uncharacteristic to what Alex Verdugo should be. Usually when Alex Verdugo is struggling at the plate, he is still a plus player because he has the ability to field like a motherfucker. It has not come to fruition here in the Bronx. And look, in the beginning of the season, we loved his attitude. And he's probably a guy that the Yankees love having in this locker room. But like I said earlier, it is a terrible look to see the guy you are not calling up your top prospect for basically give up 4 runs because he can't track down a fly ball with 2 outs. Alex Verdugo has arguably earned himself a spot outside of the Yankees organization. He has earned himself a DFA based on how he's played. He has had months where he's been terrible. Even in his last 15 games, he's down at a 218 average with a round of 600 OPS. He is not getting better as time goes on. And now it's September. And now we've lost a series to the fucking St. Louis Cardinals, which gives us a barely over 500 August. An August where we had the weakest schedule this season. Having Alex Verdugo in the lineup is a hindrance to the team. And then you look in the minor leagues and you see this 5-tool stud who's a number 1 prospect in our system, who's a switch hitter, and is hitting the cover off the ball in AAA. Only get called up for the one game in the Little League World Series Classic where he is the 27th man and he has to go up against fucking Tariq Skubal. Of course you're gonna fucking struggle when you're going up against Tariq Skubal, knowing you're going right back down to AAA. The Yankees right now, they need a type of spark that Jazz Chisholm brought the moment he came into the locker room. Because right when he went into the locker room, that was after the Boston series where we finally broke our series losing streak. And then we rattled off a few series wins against the fucking Phillies and teams like that. Then we get to August, things start to level off again, and we're losing a game to the White Sox. We're losing 2 out of 3 to fucking Texas. These are teams that we should not be losing to. Now, the other side of the coin would be what Jasson Dominguez showed in 2023 in his 30 or so plate appearances where he went absolutely ballistic. To expect him to come off of Tommy John to then come off of an oblique strain. Yes, he is doing well in AAA, but to expect him to come straight to the majors and have the exact same success that he did before, you are setting Jasson Dominguez up to fail. If Jasson Dominguez fails, the Yankees don't have a farm system. Yes, they have certain guys that have some potential, guys like Roderick Arias, Will Warren, for example, but without Jasson Dominguez, instead of having a middle of the pack farm system, this team has probably a bottom third farm system. So if Jasson Dominguez doesn't pan out, it would be a colossal failure in the organization. And one would argue putting that much weight on a 22-year-old shoulders could be detrimental to his development. Now, if you saw what he did last year, you could probably argue he can handle it because he had sort of the same label last year. And what did he do? He had a fucking home run in his first at-bat against Justin Verlander. So it's a pretty difficult conversation to have because you could see both sides of the argument, or at least I can. You look at the front office's perspective, and you're saying, well, if he comes up this year, it wouldn't be now because of the service time manipulation. But even thinking about bringing him up at all, you're thinking about the type of pressure that you're putting on to a young kid who's supposed to be the future of this franchise. On the other hand, we have a left fielder who is shitting the fucking bed, who can't get his head out of his ass, and we have this shiny new toy down in AAA where he's not being utilized. It's a difficult needle that the Yankees need to thread. Do I think it was smart for them to not bring him up on September 1st? Yes. Would I want him to come up later on in this month? Yes. We need him to be up this month. I can understand if they wait a week or two to be like, we have to make sure with the service time that he won't get the 100 plate appearances. But we're going to need him up sooner than later because we are going into a schedule that is going to get a lot more difficult than it was in August. And we just struggled to get through August over 500. That's embarrassing. On the bright side, the Yankees do still have the best record in the American League. There is no dominant team in Major League Baseball. And the Yankees do play better against better teams. So we'll see how the rest of this season goes. But let me know down below, do you think the Yankees made the right decision? Do you think the Yankees are stupid for not bringing him up right away? Do you agree with service time manipulation? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. I'm out of here. Take care and peace.